In this video, I am going to teach you how to convert. I'm going to teach you conversion of fraction to decimal number. And vice versa as so what we are going to do is converting fraction to decimal number and also from decimal number to fraction is what we are going to do in this video. I will start by the first thing I mentioned there, which is conversion of decimal numbers to conversion of fractions to decimal. I will start with my example 1. Example 1, 1/2. I will start from a very simple number so that we understand what we are talking about. What we are having here, without going through the long division process, I will make it very easy for you. What you just need to do is, for instance, knowing fully well that this one is a proper fraction. For instance, 2 cannot go into 1. For that reason, we'll put a 0 point in our answer. Then we add 0 to this, assuming that we're not dealing with 10. So the next thing we're going to do is, we are assuming that the numerator is 10 from what we are seeing there. In our answer, we now have 0 points. 2 now into 10 will give us 5. So we have succeeded in converting 1/2 to decimal number. So if you check your calculator, check any means you are using to calculate, you will discover that 1/2 is also the same thing as 0.5 in decimal. Let me give you other examples. Other examples like 3/4. We know fully well that 3 cannot go into 4. It cannot go. So the same way, since it cannot go, it's not up to, that is, 3 is smaller than 4. That's what we meant. Whenever you see something like this in a proper fraction is the fraction that the numerator is smaller than the denominator. So whenever you see something like this, just for you to know that what you are dealing with is just 0 points first. And we now assume that we are adding 0 to this. We are no longer dealing with 3 at this stage. Adding 0 to it, we are no longer dealing with 3 at this stage. We are kind dealing with what? 30. 4 into 30 now. We discover that it will go 7 times. Because 7 times 4 is 28. In my video of multiplication and division, I thought that to make your division process very easy. I talked about that before. This is what we have. If 4 going to 30, it will go 7 times with a remainder of 2. That remainder, we add 0 to the remainder. It is actually 2 that is remaining, but we are adding 2 to that remainder. I mean, adding 0 to that remainder. So 4 into 20 now will now give us 5. See, there's no remainder there, it stops there. Meaning that 3/4 is the same thing as 0.75. Example 3. We have, for example, let me change it to 4/3. I want to deal with an improper fraction in this case. If I'm dealing with improper fraction, then we'll know that we approach it in a different way. Now 3 is going to 4 how many times? If you go 1 time, remainder 1, it will go into 4. 1. See, there's a remainder. In your answer, you have to put a point there because there's a remainder in what you have done, what you are dividing. So that remainder is 1. That remainder, you add 0 to that remainder. So 3 into 10 now will give us 3. Remainder 1, add 0 to the remainder again. If you notice, we are going to be adding 3, 3, 3 to infinity. So you can say it's equivalent to 1 over 1 point what? You are also correct. If you say 4 over 3 is equivalent to what? 1.3, because the 3 will continue. Check your calculator, check any means. You will realize that you have something like 1.3 to infinity. No ending. That is for improper fraction. Other examples I want to give you is this 4. You say 5 over 4. 5 over 4. In this case, we see that 4 can go into 5 how many times? 1 time. Let me clean it so that I will have space. Example 4. We have 5 over 4. 4 will go into 5 1 time, remainder 1. That remainder is, you add 0 to the remainder. Add 0 to the remainder 1 time. It can go into 5 how many times? 1 times. Then you add 0 to the, it can go 1 times. You put, because it's a remainder, you put the point there. Because there is a remainder, you put the point there. Then, since you can go with the remainder of 1, put the 1 there, you add 0 to it. Then 4 now into 10 will give us 2. With a remainder of 2, you add 0 to the remainder. Add 0, any remainder that you have like that, you normally add 0 to it. So 4 into 20 now will now give us 5. Check it in your calculator or in your phone. With any device that used for division, you will discover that 5 over 4 is the same thing as 1.25. So we have succeeded in converting from fractions to decimal. Let me pick up this one. They are already in decimal, so I'm going to convert them now to fractions so that you will see for yourself how it works. I want to play the board. This one, what we are having here is fraction to decimal. Fraction to decimal is what we have just done. Fraction to decimal. Now I am going to decimal to fraction. Decimal to fraction. Now we now have decimal number. Decimal to fraction. I'm starting with number 1, example 1, where we have 0.5. I want to convert this one to fraction. You ask me what will I do? What we normally do is that you see this point here. The point is 1 at the denominator. How many digits do you have after the point? You will see that we are going to move the point. We only have 1 digit, so we only have 1 0 under. So we have moved it. There is no other number to move ahead again, so it's just what? 5. So we have succeeded in moving this point here. So there is no other number in front again to move ahead. So we stop here. Then we now reduce the fraction. Reducing fraction means you are going to use what you use to divide the numerator to also divide the denominator. Any number that can do that can reduce that fraction. So 5 here 1, 5 here 2. You can see that I'll come back to 1 over 2 as the fraction of 0.5. Then 0.75. We want to convert it to fraction. Converting 0.75 to fraction. What do we do? It's the same principle. The point is 1 at the denominator. If you count, when we have to move our point, we get to the last digit. It's actually 2 digits, 1, 2. So we have 2 zeros there. So now 75. So we have converted it to fraction. Now this fraction, we have to reduce it gradually. Reducing it, 5 can go into here 15 times, 5 can go into here 20 times. I will teach you that division, how to do division in a very smart way, outside the one I taught before. when you are dividing a big number now, like dealing with 75 and bigger numbers, I will teach you how to do it. When you are using a single digit to do that, I will do that in another video. Here we have, here is what? 5 is going to here 3 times, 5 is going to here 4 times. We will come back to our fraction. The last of them I will do is example 3. In this one we have 1.25 that we had previously when we were converting our fraction to decimal. Now we want to convert it to fraction. What do we do? It's just the same principle. Now we have our fraction here. The point is what? 1. We are going to count 2 digits before we get to the last digit. Count 2. So we are dealing with 2 zeros. 2 zeros. When we count, we move it. We now have 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5. We have 1, 2, 5. So we now have to reduce this fraction. We have to reduce this fraction. Reducing it, let's go with 5 also. I can do it directly with 5 also. For sake of explanation, let's reduce it gradually. 5 is going to here 25 times. 5 is going to here 20 times. 5 is going to here 5 times. 5 is going to here 4 times. That is what we have. So from this, you can see that we can easily convert from fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction. With this, even if you have bigger values, if you know the principle of what you have here, the points as 1, the number of digits you count before you get to the end digit, and fix it accordingly in the fraction, you are good to go. All you just need to do, the next thing is to reduce your fraction. If you need to reduce it, if it cannot be reduced, you leave it like that. It's a very simple thing. I think with this, if you can practice it, you are good to go. You have mastered this aspect of mathematics. Then we'll talk about other aspects in other videos. Thank you for spending your time with us. See you in our next video. Thank you very much.